Welcome to In the Green Room.
Welcome,
I'm Kinga.
Welcome.
This is Martin and
This is Jam.
in the house.
In the Green Room, and we are going to have a great jam session tonight. We're going to be all about, what's our title?
Passion, love, and miracles.
Passion,
Yes.
love, and
And
miracles.
Talking about
Oh,
it.
so good.
And I
Right?
think as
Lots
we are
there.
live, we are going to create a song tonight.
Oh yeah.
We're
gonna
Oh,
probably
Kinga
create
has
more
high
than one.
expectations.
Hey,
It's
I
a
will
song
not-
that's
don't-
gonna go
don't threaten me with
viral.
a good time.
Yeah.
So we are starting off with a song.
All right, let's start off.
So
We're starting off with a song?
Yeah, we are.
All right.
We're starting off
I
with a song.
say, you want to do
Cheers.
your song, or do you want to make something up?
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, here. Let me. Well, it's rude to cheers without.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's
there we go.
totally
We all
rude.
got a cheers. Here we
With his
go.
big old mug.
And we are
You
drinking
don't know what's in this. No.
this local wine, Jam. Could
Water.
you read this? Could you read about the provisioner? Could you read this?
Provisioner. Let's see here. Provisioner. 2019 Arizona Red Table Wine. Provisioner Red is rich and soft with ample acidity and balanced tannins, creating a perfect everyday red wine. Provisioner wines for the people.
And so we are supporting local. We're always saying, hey, be more sustainable, care more about your planet, and support your local guy because that is way more green. And so this is delicious. What do you think, Martin?
For an Arizona wine, it's pretty tasty. I am very spoiled, so I get to go to Sonoma. My son works up there now, and my good
Really?
friend's up there. Oh, yeah. He's
Really?
21.
You didn't tell me your son works there.
He just moved, and he's going to school up there to be a vintner. So I'm very excited for
Are
him.
you kidding me?
21 years
A
old.
vintner?
Yes.
Really?
He's going to grow
That's incredible.
and make wine. And he's already working for a couple of wineries up there, so
Okay.
pretty cool. But
Cool.
that's my palate. I'll tell you, this
That's my
Provisioner
palate.
is really tasty. And
Yeah.
most Arizona wines, it's tough to grow grapes here unless you're, growing this-
I love Arizona wines. Are you trying to fight me in
Likewise.
this?
No, I'm
Likewise.
just
You're trying to
saying.
fight me in this?
No, there's
Agreed.
Right?
Kinga.
There's
Oh,
Wait,
only
Jam.
certain-
yes.
Jam, what's going on
Have
here?
we not had just
Yeah,
impeccable
Arizona wines are
wines from
amazing.
Arizona?
It's our favorite. It's our number
But
one
we've
favorite.
got the
This is good. We're going live,
yeah.
and we are actually having a little debate here.
That's right.
You like
So-
California better?
the
We-
Oh, no, I'm
perfectionist
not saying
over
I
here
like it
that
better.
likes
I'm
the
just saying
Sonomas.
is that Arizona wines, until very recently, have been very young. I mean, the vineyards were very young, and you could taste that in the wine.
Sure.
We're seeing, I think, more and more that, like there's Frog's Leap, there's Provisioner. You're seeing a lot more.
Merkin Vineyards, very good.
Oh, yes.
Maynard James
Pillsbury.
Keenan's,
Right. So they're, but
yeah.
these guys have been around for a while, so it's taken them a little bit. The people in Sonoma have been doing it for 100+ years.
Right.
We've only been doing it here in Arizona
But
for
that's
maybe
what's so
10,
remarkable
15.
because
And
some of our Arizona wines are winning all the
absolutely.
competition.
That's
Yeah.
the cool, and it's
And Merkin is my favorite in Arizona for sure, hands down.
And who is the founder? Let's see if you
Well, it's
remember.
Maynard James Keenan, right? And then there was
Tool,
some,
the band leader of Tool.
Maynard James Keenan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that guy.
Yes, that guy.
The band didn't actually found the.
No,
But
just
you know what?
just-
I think too. It's odious to compare so much. But if you were trying to be more eco-friendly,
Mm-hmm.
if you're trying to be more sustainable, if you're trying to save the planet,
One show at a time.
you are gonna. You don't always have to have every minute of the day a local wine,
Yeah, of course.
but maybe every evening you could have a local
Well,
wine.
yeah. On the weekends you get a little crazy, but no, absolutely.
Doesn't
And-
it taste better to know that it's local too?
And you're supporting your little guy.
Your food tastes better. Your
Well,
wine tastes
that's
better.
for sure. Knowing that it's supporting a local family
Yeah.
versus some, German guy that you're buying from your Budweiser's just going to Germany. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I'm with you 100%. And that's with restaurants. That's with.
Although I love
really-
Budweiser. Budweiser, no offense.
God. No, I was just thinking.
Yeah,
I love
Budweiser's
Guinness.
gonna-
I love Guinness because it's from Arizona. It's from Ireland.
That's the Irish town of Phoenix.
They've migrated to Arizona.
That's great. Will you stop? Yeah, stop.
I just want to make sure you're in the
I
video.
don't want to poke
In fact,
you with the.
he set it up for us both to be in
Oh,
it. Did
'cause
we? You need to be this way. He was trying to get us two. Here we
That
go.
one's definitely
Just the
getting you.
two of us.
Just
Just
You
the
can
two
make
of
it
us.
if you try.
Just
Yeah,
the
we're
two.
gonna have to get real close here, Kinga.
Here we go.
right.
So I want to say this. That's what the show is all about. We love everybody. We're spreading love to everyone, and we're not saying
Almost everyone.
right.
There's a couple people.
not saying-
I'm not sending love.
We're not
to.
saying you
But
can't have
most of you out there,
a glass
and
of
you
wine
know who
for
you
What's
are.
the
friends.
reason that you're not sending love to him?
Because it's funny.
Or forgiveness? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've done a whole show about forgiveness, but we can do so many on that. And this is about passion
Yes, love, and
miracles.
Yeah.
And a miracle happened right before we got here.
Oh,
It did.
I
tell
love
It did.
miracles.
it was
Yes.
a miracle.
Okay, do tell.
Well, it was a miracle for you, not for me. I knew what was going on the whole time. I was fine.
Yeah.
So it's just a little secret, but a miracle just happened. And you know what? Believe in miracles.
Yeah.
Can we have a song about miracles?
Einstein says that you can either look at life as if everything is a miracle or as if nothing is at all.
Yes.
Well, I think that's so important when you meet somebody and you care about them.
Yeah.
That you realize
Cheers.
everyone has a passion.
Martin.
Cheers,
And
brother.
you can find the good in everyone.
Sláinte.
You can find the good in everyone.
Yeah, salud.
But I think most importantly,
Shalom, no.
what's your passion?
Yeah, your passion.
What's your passion?
what's my passion?
Well,
Or your
I think
passion?
it's important to say if you are surrounding yourself with people with passion and love and miracles, it I don't know, the energy comes back to you.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we experienced it today. King and I, we went to a restaurant, and Kinga talks to everybody, as you would. I know the listeners are shocked, but she asked a gentleman, probably a little bit, maybe my age, a little older, "What's your passion?" And he looked like a deer in the headlights. He had
yes.
no idea what his
because,
passion
because
is.
some people aren't that deep.
Yeah. Well, and
But that's why there's amazing people like Kinga in this world that bring that out in people.
exactly.
Oh, and like Jam and like Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, like-minded people like to hang out with like-minded people.
Well, absolutely. But
Thank you.
there's
Yes,
it
yes.
is about spreading the passion, because that gentleman could have passion in his life,
Right.
right?
And he
it's-
does.
needs your
He's just not
coaching.
aware
Just,
of
right,
it.
he's not
You
aware
should
of
have
it.
handed
I know. I
your
should have
card
handed him
and
a
said,
coach. I
"Oh,
totally
you need
missed
a-
out
you need a
because
love
he
life coach."
needed one.
So everybody, Martin Niner is a love life coach.
How
and
cool.
how do people find you?
Yesismorefun.com.
Oh, let's talk about this.
Yes, well, we
Okay.
can sing his song. Yes, it's more
Well,
fun.
okay.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yes, it's more
What's your
fun. Yes,
thinking
it's more fun.
behind? So what you said? Yes is more fun. Is that
Yes,
what you
Correct.
said?
yes,
So
correct.
what do you mean by that?
Oh, I mean, so much. I've written a song around it, actually 2 different versions of it.
Okay.
We're getting ready to release a 2021 version that had a little bit more deeper meaning.
Yeah.
But for me, it's kind of like, I took a little bit of guidance from, what's, God, I can't remember his name.
Well,
Jim
while you
Carrey.
think.
Oh, Jim
right?
Carrey.
And,
Yeah.
and the Yes
Gotta
Man,
love him.
right? That
Sure.
Yes.
movie. And a group of my friends, we've had a lot of conversations over the years, and as we're playing music, this concept of yes is more fun, no is less work came up.
Yes is
where
more fun and no is more is
less work.
less work. So,
So-
yes is more fun and no is less work.
Correct. So it's
No
this
is
idea.
less
But
work.
but I believe that yes is more fun, but I'm not sure if no is always less work.
No, so here's the beautiful thing. No, like, if I were to ask you, like, Martin, can you go outside to my car and go grab me a guitar pick? Would you do it?
Probably.
Really? In the sweltering heat outside? You'd
I would
really
want to
want
know.
do
I
it.
would want you to narrow it down where it would be.
Now if I asked, Martin, am I out of line by asking you to go grab a guitar pick in the car really quick?
Yeah.
You think I'm out of line?
Oh, no. I'm just saying. I'm agreeing
Exactly.
with you.
So no. So you said no. You're not out of line.
Right. Well, that's a
It's
different
a-
way of getting to a yes. But the idea, the
It's a
larger
kind of it's an
concept is
affirmation. It's an
Right.
affirmation.
Exactly.
That's what we're all looking for.
Well, and it's also based on improvisation.
Yeah.
The idea of yes and. So when you're having a conversation, when you're communicating with someone, and they're expressing an idea, and you want to express a different idea, a lot of us go, "Oh, that's interesting, but I think this," versus going, "That's awesome, and I think this."
that sounds like some Dale Carnegie right there.
And that's
Oh, it's Dale
smart. That's
Carnegie.
smart.
Carnegie,
It's
yeah.
it's
Can you write a book,
every
Martin?
improvisation. I've been trying. It's not as easy as you think.
How to win friends and influence people, or
No,
what?
he needs to write a book. And
Oh.
who you need to collaborate is Rachel. She's a great writer.
I would love that.
She's a great writer.
I'm a big fan of the Rachel.
Wait, you don't even understand. Like she's a writer.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I've
every
got a
te-
book started, so maybe she can help me finish.
No, every teacher collected her.
And the name of the book is Yes is More Fun.
Okay, perfect. Yes is more.
And
oh.
our last album
Uh-oh.
was called Yes is More Fun. My website, my coaching philosophy is around
Do you have that? Do you have that domain?
Oh, I do. Yeah, yesismorefun.com is mine. And it's this idea of, again.
That was a joke because we talk about this every time. I love you.
Yeah.
I know Yes is More Fun. And you
Right.
know what? He truly means it because I'll call him up and I'll say, hey, do you have, I need some advice. And, he's my love coach. He's my life coach. And I'll give him, X, Y, and Z happen and blah, blah, blah. What should I do? And this guy and that guy, blah, blah, blah. And he'll say to me, yes. Because yes is more fun.
Exactly.
Yes might sound better. No is more affirmative, though. So, like, if you listen to you are familiar with Dale Carnegie.
Oh yeah.
So, in the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie talks about how when somebody says no, it's actually a biological response that your body creates.
Correct.
It's like, no, I don't want to do that. No, this is not going to be good for my business. No. So if
It comes from fear.
it comes from fear, and sometimes
But yes is more fun, and he's right
But
because it gives a better response with other people. It
maybe
doesn't, no is not good.
No, so like here's the thing, that's the common misconception about no. There's no good nor bad, but thinking makes
I
it
knew
so.
Jam would come up with the
Exactly.
opposite.
Absolutely. Well, and sometimes, sometimes.
I knew it.
Well, here's the thing. No is.
He loves to throw some controversy.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't you? So.
He always does that. Okay, wait. Can we cut to a song?
All right.
Yes is no.
Yeah.
Yes is more fun.
Yes is more fun.
And
I will
no.
do Yes is More Fun.
It's more affirmative.
It's
There we
in
go.
B and
Add that
E.
to the song. No is more affirmative. Okay, here we go.
Played E mixed
And I'm gonna
meridian.
sing too.
I mean,
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes is more fun.
King is singing on the podcast. Oh,
In the
yeah.
green room.
yeah.
In the green room.
Yeah.
In the green room. In the green room. Dark green.
Well, the world is a scary place.
A beautiful place.
There's a lot of people wanting to get in your face. It's okay.
And smile.
They just don't know what they say. You just gotta wish them a lovely day.
And say yes. Yes is more fun. Yes is more fun.
I'll say yeah. Yes is more fun.
Yes is more fun. Yeah.
But no
Well,
is
I
more
work
fun.
in a usual job. I sell stuff to crank them up. They're a little on the left and right side. And most of the views I cannot abide. So I tell them,
Yay,
yeah.
yay. Yes is more fun.
I'll say, yeah. Yes, it's more fun.
In the green room, dark green.
When you hang out with in the green room and junk and jam.
Junk and jam. Junk and jam. Strawberry jam.
Not strawberries, junk and jam.
Junk and jam with strawberry jam. Junk and jam. Wait, Junk and Jam, that sounds like a band.
Oh,
What the heck?
Lovely. Keep going.
Junk and Jam. Junk and Jam in the green room, dark green.
Junk and jam in the green room. Well, we all want to get along. I say we just try and sing a song together.
And spread green love
Spread the green love and some antibiotic.
and drink some wine.
Just like she got it, I say yes.
Yeah. Drink
Yes,
some
it's
wine.
fun. Drink some wine.
Oh, he's
I'll
so
say,
fine.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's so fine.
All right, take us home, Jam.
Solo. Woo. Jam, Austin Murray. Jam now. Woo. Yes, it's more fun. In the green room, dark green. Starwood White Networks. Woohoo! my goodness. Ah. Spread the green love. You guys are so fine. And we're drinking wine.
And it rhymes.
We love this vine.
Lovely. Thank you, Jam. That was
Yeah.
awesome. It is lovely to jam with Jam in the afternoon. Let me just say.
Junk and jam.
Thank you.
I
Junk and
love that.
Junk and jam?
That seriously.
Well, so I'll
Junk
tell you.
and jam.
Junk and
So
jam.
get this. So
Or jam and junk.
hopefully in
Oh,
October.
Oh, he wants junk and
So get this, Jam. In October, so my band has 10 people in it now.
You got 10 people in
10
the band.
people, and we're putting together a show with Tap 24/7, which
Sorry.
is a group of these amazing tap dancers. So we have 2 drummers. We actually have 3 drummers,
See?
tap dancers, horns.
Wow.
It's going to be crazy, and I think you would like to
join in.
join in. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Or be the
I will.
star.
Well,
How can this happen?
I don't know, but we're going to make it happen. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Can I tell you, this is what happens on this show. We spread the love,
Yeah.
and everybody just, it connects. The universe
And they say yes.
is more
and you
fun.
have some fun. That's the amazing thing. And if you can't do it, you can't do it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the point of the no is less work. Is like, don't beat yourself up.
No is less work.
Right, because don't beat yourself up if you can't do it. It's just it's not where you are in that place in the universe. But
I
if you
agree with
can
Martin
do it,
that
say
no
yes.
is less work because if,
No is less work.
It is.
Totally.
Yes.
It's way
It's a larger
less
concept.
work.
It's an allegory.
It's
It's
way
not
less work.
Right, and it's not. It doesn't cover
but
every
more,
single
but
situation.
better, not better. More positivity comes back to you when you can please others. I mean, if you can make other people happy.
Well,
happy
and
is
you're
the best.
adding to people. You're adding to their lives rather than subtracting, right? No is subtraction.
So-
yes is addition.
There's
Ooh, I
this
like that.
there's this teacher named Wayne
gotta know
Dyer.
this
Oh, I love Wayne Dyer.
So he is known as the father of motivation, and he says that if you don't have 12 oranges to give, how can you possibly give them? So if you don't have love for yourself, and you don't find that within yourself, how could you ever share that with other people?
Well, I think we all have self-love here, and
Yeah.
most of the people that I hang out with have self-love.
Well,
But there are people that don't. And
there's,
what
I
you
would say
recommend for them?
most. I would say
recommend-
most people. Well, it's a different path for everyone. I certainly recommend coaching and mentorship. That for me was a game changer.
So how do people get a hold of you? Because that's what you are.
Yesismorefun.com. And
Martin
all my
Niner.
information is in there. But it's this idea of whether you're a musician or whether you're in a certain business area, find people who are doing amazingly well, and then offer to take them to lunch and learn from them. Everybody eats, right? So don't be afraid. That's the
good
limiting
advice.
thing is
Good advice.
fear. But if
Such good
there's someone that you admire, even the mayor, you can get lunch with the mayor. You just got to try. You just got to put a little effort into it.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible
Miracles.
as long as you say yes, and that's where
Miracles.
miracles are in yes. Miracles are not in no.
I love it. Gosh, Martin, you're so amazing, and that's why you're on the show so often because literally, I think you're a miracle.
Well,
I think
thank
that you exude
He is a
passion
miracle.
We're all
and
miracles,
love.
really.
Kinga,
You are
you're a
too.
miracle.
You're a miracle. your passion, your love, and you're a miracle. And you know what? And that's why I gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
And you both exude everything that I love, and that's why I hang out with you guys.
Likewise.
And that's why we are spreading that.
Right, and it
So
is.
what's your advice to somebody?
How?
If they're if they're feeling like a victim or they're in depression with all this that's going
normally
on.
when people are in victimhood, they don't know it, right? But
Mm.
if you're not feeling great, if you're feeling depressed, anxious, one of my favorite lines is before you start taking antidepressants, take a look around and make sure you're not surrounded by assholes.
That's a good one.
See, he gives
Because-
the best advice.
That's a good
Because
one.
it's
He is the best.
There is a lot to say about
He
your
is the
environment.
best.
And just like Jan was saying earlier, you have to be greedy to be generous. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be a whole person in order to be able to give of yourself,
You
whether
have
it's
to
in
be
business
greedy
or
to be
in a
generous?
relationship.
he says that almost every
You
show,
have to
and
be
it's my
greedy
You
favorite.
to
have to be
generous?
Yes.
greedy to be generous because
Yes.
in a relationship, in an equal relationship,
It's such a good advice.
I have to have my own time. Sherry, the love of my life, she has to have her own time. She was like, when are you going to go do a show with Kinga so I can go do my thing? Like, and so she is this independent human, and I'm an independent human, and we choose to come together.
Right.
But we have to be greedy with our own time. We do spend a lot of time together, but
You just got back from Sedona.
Absolutely. But then she'll go off, and travel by herself or with her mom for a week.
It feels like the word greedy has a negative connotation with it.
It doesn't.
It
The way
absolutely does, but it's in improv, whether it's musical or in comedy, we deal a lot with cliches, right? And so because greedy is such a cliche,
Yeah.
there's so much information attached to it.
There totally is.
But they're
and-
both extremes. Look at that. It's yin
Yeah.
and yang.
Oh, I love it.
Well,
Yeah,
and
it's
Yeah.
cool.
every word has a positive and negative. It's the yin and yang.
Maybe we're going
Totally,
to call this show,
totally.
You have to be greedy to be generous.
That would be interesting. I like Passion, Love, and Miracles as well.
Okay.
They're both good.
Because one of these shows we'll title it that. Because have you already? Is that your? Saying?
That is not my saying. I have used that. I was introduced to that idea from
Does somebody
my
already have that
mentors.
website?
I don't know. I'll have to look. But
I bet a lot of people are checking right now. Oh,
yeah, I hope so.
because we're live.
Yeah, that's right.
Kinga, wouldn't it be a good idea to get Ryan Holiday on the show?
Absolutely, from Daily Stoic Journal.
Yeah, the Daily Stoic Journal and the Daily Stoic in general.
Well, we can tag him and tell him
Yes.
that we have so many admirers.
And we have
Daily
questions.
Stoic- And we have questions. And we want to get you on the show. And we are going to tag you. We're going to send this to you. And Martin, what do you have to say about that? Because you're a love coach.
Well,
life coach.
journaling is extremely important. I think it's extremely important to process your feelings. In all of our coaching sessions, we send our clients home with homework to do journaling, and it's 15 minutes. It's not extensive homework, but it makes you take a few minutes to figure out where you're at and what your challenges have been for the week or the month or whatever, and be able to step back from those challenges and look at them from a different perspective, rather than becoming the anger, observing the anger. It's nuanced, but there's
Yeah.
a big difference.
Anger is weakness. That's what Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius and all these philosophers from 2,000 years ago talk about.
I love when a counselor gives you homework because my ex and I were married for 28 years, 24 to 25 happy, and we did see a counselor. Very expensive, very expensive. I don't know how much you charge, but it was like $350 an hour.
Yeah, that's about right.
And we went to
Yeah, I mean, it's how much is happiness worth? I mean, the most of the people that I coach are
Happiness
are
is
in
real
charge
when
of
it's shared.
right, and they manage between 600 and 3,000 people, and they make good money, and I help them become happier, and that's worth a lot.
Well, I love this counselor that we had because the counselor, to me, sided with me.
Well, of course you liked them.
Martin.
No, I want to finish this thought though.
Oh.
So the counselor gave us both homework, and we both wrote down our homework, and we came back, and I was, willing to bend, and he was not.
Right.
And
Never
so,
split the difference, Kinga.
Exactly.
There you go.
And so, basically, this counselor said, "Well, we have nowhere to go if you're not willing to do this," and he didn't want to go back.
Right.
So, but I'm really happy because
And his was a no, right? He stopped it.
Yes.
No. He wasn't open to a yes at the
yes.
time. I know he's changed now.
yes, yes, and we're the best of friends now,
right.
and he's willing to come on.
Exactly.
And he's a great father to my kids, and I don't regret those 25 years.
Right.
And some beautiful things happen after all the no's.
Right.
And so I'm like,
And
a better
we're all on
person.
a path, whether
We're
it's
all on a path.
and some of our paths are going to be with each other our entire lives. Some will be dalliances.
Sure.
And
Yes.
we have to
Yes.
see the beauty in all the dalliances.
I love that. So you had a question that you asked me the other day. Which one was
about
it?
idealism.
Let's ask Martin that question.
So, here
and
we
then
go.
we'll get, and
All
then we'll
right.
cut to a
Guys,
song.
so it's August 2nd when this is being filmed
Yes.
Yes.
or recorded, however you're listening. Do you guys know how the month August got its name?
So actually, this is going live on August 3rd, and I've been
Okay.
saying like it's live, but you
Yeah,
just
yeah. Oh,
It's,
sorry.
we're not really-
Augustus.
stop drinking that wine out of that
Hold on.
Yeah.
big water jug.
Hold on. At one point, I knew the history, but I'm pretty sure that brain cell is no longer with us.
No, you're good. So yeah, Augustus, you were right. The Emperor of Rome. He was a good after Caesar. I believe he was after Caesar. He was a really good emperor. He ruled Rome for 43 years. And that's how the month August got its name.
Mm-hmm.
He got a whole month after him. Can you believe that?
That's right.
You know what I love about you, Jam?
Oh, you're so flattering. Kinga.
You're a
Thank
continuous learner. And this is very important. I'm going to say something very important. One of my dearest friends.
Well, so are you. That's why we're friends, right?
And this is going to come back to you.
Okay.
So I came back home from a vacation in California.
Yeah.
And I was in Las Vegas in California. And by the way, the Crockford Hotel in Las Vegas treated us so well. Woo, check it out. It's brand new. It's been open a month, and they were all so good to us. Crockford, Las Vegas. And then I went to the beach in California and did some amazing shows. But we rushed home for a funeral. A very dear friend passed away. Kay Driggs, married to Gary Driggs. They were married over 60 years. And it was so meaningful because the thing that really stood out the most to me in the funeral, we were all laughing, and because everybody made it very humorous.
That's so
because
good.
she was such a loving mother.
Well,
You
that's what life's
celebrated her
all about,
life,
right?
Yes.
which is very different from being overwhelmed with grief, right? I mean, there's
Yes.
and I think it's also too about this acceptance of what death really is. Death is not the end.
No.
Exactly.
It's
the beginning.
A new.
It's a new beginning.
Exactly.
It's a new beginning.
Yes.
Thank you.
So it's funny that you mentioned that, Kinga, because, well, it's not funny, but my uncle passed away in September.
I remember that. Yes.
And of cancer. And we just recently were able to have his funeral and put him to rest
in Chicago.
And I'm Irish, so it's like, of course, we're Catholics. And
I am too.
right.
I am a
And-
recovering Catholic, as they call it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
But just lately, I just believe in God and forgiveness and Jesus. But anyway, go on.
Yeah. So we were putting, my Uncle Danny to rest, and then the priest, Father Sheridan, who's like, been like the family priest for like years, there was just this really awkward moment of silence, like right after they buried Danny, and like we were all just kind of like sitting there, and then all of a sudden this ripple of like laughter just started to erupt.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what are we doing? And it was like the whole family was laughing. But you know what? Here's the thing. Laughter is contagious.
It is.
And
like a yawn.
it's
And this show's
positive.
all about that.
And how do you think that person that broke on through to the other side would want people in this lifetime to still feel? They'd want to have that
Absolutely.
joy.
Right.
That joy
Yes.
of
Well,
being
spread joy.
alive.
Passion,
You know?
miracles, and
Absolutely.
love, and joy. Mm-hmm. Let's add that onto that.
Absolutely. And those are the amazing thing is that you're right. Those are transferable just like a yawn,
Yeah.
right? But so is negative energy. And so if you're filled with
I believe
negative
that.
energy,
I believe that.
you can pass it on just as much
Yes.
as you can pass on joy. And so going back to our earlier conversation, surrounding yourself with people that bring you joy.
Yes.
Rather
for sure.
than surrounding yourself with
Oh,
people that bring you down.
inextricably. Yeah,
I read this
totally.
amazing book, and we'll go back into. I want to make another comment that you said about life learners. We don't coach people that aren't life learners, and if you're not continuing your education, whether it's by reading or listening to podcasts or like this, or doing something to increase your life
And inspire
others, right? Then you're not
inspire.
living.
You're not living. Exactly.
Whether it's creating music,
You might be living, but just a miserable existence.
Remember-
right?
remember
Miserable
Chet
but
saying,
comfortable.
No days
Yeah,
off.
yeah, comfortable.
Hold on.
Right. Yeah, no days off. Right.
No
And there's no days off from happiness.
No days off from exercise. No
So-
days off from
so
laughter. No
there's
days
this
off from joy.
original song.
No days off from learning.
Kinga, would it be a bad idea to hear an original
Yes.
song?
Oh, I like it.
It would be
It'd
a
be
bad
a
idea.
terrible idea. Sing it.
It'd be wait, you think it'd be a bad idea?
Joke. I'm teasing.
Let's rephrase that. Would it be a good idea?
I like that better.
No.
I like
Check
that
this
better.
out.
Would it be-
No.
Would it be a bad idea to play an original song?
I like it. Would
Jam
it be
just
a good
wants
idea?
to prove me wrong.
I like a good idea.
All right. What key are we
Well,
in?
so you think that it would be a bad idea?
What
I
key
think
are we
it's
in?
more negative to say, would it be a bad idea?
It is, but you
It's more
can
positive to say-
affirm. You can affirm and get a better reaction, an affirmative reaction from that person.
I think would
It's
it be
the
a
art
good
of
idea?
see. Everybody's confused with getting people to say yes. Yes can actually be extremely manipulative. Like, I just want to get you to say yes to everything that I want you to do.
Right.
It's like, no. You want to get people to say no
No, I disagree.
because it's a more
I like
affirmative
yes.
thing.
I've learned. I used to say no.
Check out "Never Split
Okay.
the Difference" by Chris
Okay,
Voss.
okay, hold on. I was saying no, 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 and no, and
Yeah.
I was getting nowhere. And he said, "Say yes," and everything's happening. Say yes, baby. Yes, it's more fun.
I mean, Dale
Woo!
Carnegie. It's a different philosophy.
you
You
agree
know,
with
it's
that?
like it's
Well,
like jujitsu and
it's-
karate.
It's all about.
That's what it is.
You're
It's
right.
mental
A-
jujitsu,
Absolutely,
too.
absolutely, and it's really one of my mentor Marie. She always says that language.
Is that a past girlfriend or a past wife?
Oh no,
or
no,
which one?
Dr. Marie Loscavio is my mentor and my boss basically at Cognova, the coaching company, and
Is she
she's
a cougar?
oh no, she's just an amazing woman.
That was
She's
good.
in her 70s. She's
okay.
a pilot. She has a doctorate in psychology. She has worked in the mental institutions in New York. I mean, she's just this amazing
So one of these
woman.
days, let's get her on.
Well, she lives in Georgia, and she doesn't like to travel, so
Well,
that's
we'll
going to
go
be
to
tough.
her. We can
she,
go to
well,
her.
that's true. She lives
We
in
can go to
a
her.
bear sanctuary, which is pretty cool.
What?
yeah,
Martin,
a
we-
black bear
Martin,
sanctuary. That's where she lives.
Are you interested in ever going there?
I go there all the time.
Okay, let's go and do the show there.
All right.
Okay.
But anyway, Dr. Marie talks about this idea that. Now I completely forgot my.
Okay,
train of
good.
thought.
Because while you think about that,
Yes.
we want to
Oh, we
tell
gotta do a
everybody
song.
Facebook, go to inthegreenroom.green.
Yes.
Instagram, inthegreenroom.green. We have a new YouTube channel, and check out Cheryl Cooper's In the Green Room or Cheryl Cooper in the Green Room Show, because that's one of my favorites. She's very articulate, brilliant, funny. It's just a great show. That's one of
Beautiful.
my favorites. Check out that exactly. And Jam is friends with her too. And we are also on
And Alice
Starboy Networks.
is quite a mensch as well.
really.
A
I
man of
agree.
high integrity and
yeah.
honor, without a doubt.
I saw Alice and Cheryl yesterday, so
Oh.
yes, I agree with that. So can
Let's
we
do a
hear a
song.
song?
Yes.
What key are we in? A?
G.
Hey,
G,
G.
okay.
And this song was actually recorded whenever my uncle passed away. But it's about a good friend of Alice and Cheryl's from back in the day named Kelly Rutledge. And Kelly passed away when she was about 17. And she was praying for divine intervention a couple days before she passed away. And she posted on social media, she was like, I really hope that this doesn't mean my car getting totaled or something like that. And then she passed away in a car accident. But
Wait, which proves that
your
whatever
facial
you talk
expression,
about,
sorry. I was like, wait, what?
whatever we talk about, that energy comes back to us. So
Well,
let's-
listen, if you
Yes.
if you let the conversation continue to flow,
Oh,
Kelly Rutledge,
you're in this bad light. Your eyes. There we go. There we go. That's better. Let's keep your eyes out of that weird light.
Kelly Rutledge was a joyous soul.
We might have to close
And
those curtains.
a wonderful friend and human being, and honestly,
We'll have
at a
to
bit of
tag
a
her in
loss for words right now.
Well, Jam, we love you. You're all. People can find Jam at Jam Now. What is your website?
JamNowMusic.com.
And Universal Love is one of my favorite songs.
Thank you.
And maybe we could play that.
We're gonna play Joyous Soul
Okay, Joy Soul. That's
because
good.
that's about Kelly,
Okay.
and it's also a miracle, Kelly's life.
You're tying it into this show is about miracles. And I do believe in miracles. Everything to me is a miracle.
Right. And this
Everything's
guitar that you hear right now was a miracle, and I believe that it was because of Kelly.
Hold on. The miracle of your guitar
Yeah.
has to be told.
Yeah.
Should we sing this song and tell it afterwards so there's
Yeah.
a cliffhanger? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
So here we go. This one's
You'll
called
hear the
Joyous Soul.
miracle.
It's about Kelly Rutledge, and the intention is to bring some more joy into everybody's lives out there.
Yes.
So here we go.
Joy, joy, joy.
I want you to feel some joy.
Passion, love, and joy. Passion, love, and miracles.
Joyous soul, whoa. Joyous soul in you, joyous soul in me. intentions, sometimes reckless. It always ends in a blessing. We were kids on the scene. Orange cream skies as we're living the dream. Sunset seem to be reminding me of all our memories. Tie-dye clothes, marquee shows, spirit knows where to go. Set you free, let it be peace, love, harmony. What you think you become, singing oceans above. Let the waves wash away any pain in your day, joyous soul. Whoa, joyous soul in you, joyous soul in me, joyous soul. Whoa, joyous soul in you, joyous soul in me, joyous soul.
Joyous soul.
Every time you share your light, you bring the best out in everything. Even though you're gone, there is still a dawn guiding me. Joyous soul, whoa, joyous soul in you, joyous soul in me, joyous soul, whoa, joyous soul in you, joyous soul in me, joyous soul.
I love it.
Thank you.
Muy bien.
Wow.
Much.
You
you.
are incredible.
What you see in others is within you.
So true.
You know what? What inspired you for that song? I mean, I'm sure everything, but like, where were you? How did you write that? Did you do the lyrics first and then write the music? How did that happen?
So the song was inspired by Kelly, remember?
Yes.
And then the song was written after I took a master class by Carlos Santana, and he talked about listening to African music, and it how that's where music originates. And so I started listening to African music, and I was listening to some African tribal beats, and this riff just kind of popped up. And then I'm like, you know what? I haven't written a song about Kelly before, so something's telling me to write a song about Kelly. So then I started going. Actually, it was. Just like that. And then you start to throw some lyrics on there, Kinga. So then you go, you were praying, because you're telling a story. A divine intervention and mentioned heaven's intention, sometimes reckless, but always ends in a blessing. So, you tell a story off of the iambic pentameter of the melody,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's how you write a song.
What year did you write that song?
Wrote that in probably, it was September of 2020.
So I know you've been very inspired by Alice and Cheryl Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us how and why?
Yeah, Alice Cooper Solid Rock, so his teen center in the Valley, and I believe that they just opened up a new one in Mesa. and they
call it Rock 1 and Rock 2.
They give underprivileged kids the opportunity to learn how to hone in on their craft and
It's amazing
and
space.
play music. And you don't even have to be underprivileged. It could be, anybody, any kid between 12 and 20 can
Heck,
go
they
there.
let us play there.
Yeah, there you go. Right
That
on.
was a lot of fun.
So I started going there when I was 17 and started taking lessons. And
What do you think is the most important thing you've learned there?
Love.
I love that.
Yeah, nice.
Love.
But
You
what
know,
what an amazing
family.
thing,
Would
Would
right?
you say God and Jesus?
It sounds like you're putting words into somebody's mouth there.
No, I'm just asking you because I know they're very religious. Or they have a relationship with God and Jesus.
Did the teachings of Christ become, apparent? Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
But they've been apparent throughout my
Right.
entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always omnipresent. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like Jesus.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So what would you say is who's been the biggest inspiration in your life? For passion, love, and miracles.
Many people.
I love the
my
answer.
parents,
Mm-hmm.
my grandparents, my family. Many people. You're a source of inspiration
Aw, that's
and
sweet.
motivation.
That's really sweet. What about you, Martin? Passion, love, and miracles.
Passion,
who
love,
has
and
inspired you?
miracles. Well, honestly, my two coaches, Laura and Marie,
I love it.
they took my life to a new level that is filled with love and happiness and music. And I have tamed the beast, so to speak, because I didn't always have. I'm 56 years old. The first 48 years of my life were rough. I did well, but at a great cost. And it wasn't until I met these two amazing ladies that taught me how to be graceful in the world. And now I want to teach other people how to do it.
So what was the one thing? What was your rock bottom that led you to that?
Well, end of a 20-year marriage, end of a 25-year-old business,
Wow.
End of a lot of things, but the beginning of a lot of new things.
Right. Yeah.
And at
absolutely.
the time, I was a hot mess. I was taking it all personally. I thought it was all about me. And then these coaches just made me realize that, life is life.
Mm-hmm.
What is. And once you start accepting it and you start using it to your advantage, you're able to wield miracles. There's this amazing book. If you ever get a chance, it's hard. It's a hard read. It's called The Course in Miracles.
Yeah, great book.
Oh,
I love it.
amazing.
I've read that. It's a great book.
Yeah. And
Not very Christian though. I mean, because
Well,
it is,
it
but
is,
like
but it isn't.
the person that wrote it believed that they were channeling Jesus,
right.
which is a possibility. I mean, who knows? But
Well,
I believe in
it doesn't.
miracles.
It doesn't even matter because what is contained in
I
there.
haven't read it, but I've heard a
It's
lot
very
of my
challenging.
teachers really
It's-
like the book.
It's
so.
very challenging. It can make you angry. Because it talks a lot of dichotomies, right?
Sure.
And the long and the short of it is once you can hold two completely opposite viewpoints in your mind at the same time, that's the beginning of enlightenment.
Hello.
And that's the beginning of the Course in Miracles.
I
What
believe
is
that.
enlightenment?
Enlightenment is a path, and I personally believe it is a journey to discover the eye of the I, so to speak, that higher self. It's a completely personal journey, but it's how do I put it? So in our coaching, we teach there's the egoic self, there's the observing self, and then there's the aware self. And the pursuit of the aware self is the pursuit
There's
of
the
So I wanna
egoic
say-
self.
the
the thing
egoic
that-
self.
Sounds like some Eckhart teachings there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And so the observing ego, the
The
observing
observant
self, the one
mind.
who watches all the crazy shit go down in your mind, right? Because there's
Mm-hmm.
this crazy stuff that we have in our minds.
Yeah.
And then there's this a next level higher, which is this that's always been with us. It's the window into a much larger self, and you have to slow down. You have to quiet the other minds and the other voices to be able to connect with that. But once you can do that and you connect with that, you enter a whole different world of grace.
So I was trying to say that I think that if you can focus on, I don't know about you're so smart about all your teachings, and that's why we always talk about the love and the life
Right.
coaching, and that's why I always follow your learning.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I you know me, I always try to focus on the positive. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to talk about it. It's negative. I want to talk about positive.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, no, I think
It's my coach.
No, I think that the idea of you can observe the negative thoughts and the negative things in your head, but if you now have the choice of just knowing that you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, that those are just things that come up, and you can push them to the side and then continue along without allowing that to ruin your day or make up a story in your head about something that didn't actually happen. Right? It's this idea of really accepting the moment as it is.
Like my purse that disappeared.
Exactly.
Because it could have been like, oh, did somebody take my purse? Is my purse stolen?
Right.
Or did somebody take it to the vault because they thought it was lost?
Exactly. So if you that could have been
a few hours ago.
Right. So that could have been a very emotionally traumatic experience, or it could have been a graceful experience. It's all about how you experience it.
Totally.
I love it. But focusing on positive, you as the life love coach, does that bring positive back to you?
Of course it does. It's fake it till you make it. Is yes is more fun. It's the whole idea of the more positivity that you can bring into your life, and that goes back to our being a lifelong learner. It goes back to what we were going to talk about earlier about staying away from negative influences. I mean, there's so many people in your life. Every single listener out there has someone in their life that when you go meet them for lunch or dinner or whatever, all you do is complain. They are
Completely.
your complaining.
They're the victim. They're the victim.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Not really. It's not okay.
if you didn't put those complaints into the universe, you didn't vocalize those things, and you just didn't do that one time per day in 1 year, you haven't vocalized 365 complaints. And words mean things. Words are power, just like music is power. So that's why I don't play songs about negative things. I make fun of negative things, but I'm trying to do it in a funny way. But it's always about protecting your joy. Yes is more fun. Having a good time. That is
I
always
identify
going to
with
be
that.
the message.
Yeah.
And you know what? I identify with that. I focus on that, and I thank you so much because you going through a divorce, which I did go through, a very stressful divorce.
Same here.
And you did too, and you relate to that. And after a beautiful, happy, loving marriage of 25 years, it's hard to then go through such a hard time. But I think going through that hard time makes you then realize the good times are so much better.
Oh, you have to. That's one of the things I love about Burning Man. And I know this is a weird tangent.
No.
But
Let's talk
it's
about
this
Burning Man.
idea.
It's a great
that
segue.
You
Love
have to
segue.
go through pain and suffering
Yes.
to experience nirvana.
Yes.
And so the idea of Burning Man is that 1 week a year you can go
Yes.
and be in a utopian society, but the rest of the time you've got to go out and battle nature. And
So nirvana, that's a big word. What do you mean by nirvana?
Nirvana could be it
that's
depends
okay.
on what you're looking for, right? Nirvana
Yeah.
could
Like,
be
what's your definition of
definition of Nirvana?
That's
for me
Kinga's
as a
definition.
place of joy.
Okay.
The simplest
that could be.
to be able to embrace and embody the feeling of joy is nirvana for me.
So, Usher, he has a funny line. You guys are probably going to have to bleep this out, but he says opinions are like
No bad words. No bad words.
are like
Hey, here, you can read this.
Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's
Yes,
got one.
exactly.
I had a mentor that
Okay.
said that all the time.
But so where I was
do you wanna
going
read
with
this?
that
But-
is
The actual definition,
I
please.
don't have my glasses.
You can. Can you read this?
Yeah, I can.
Can you read the
so
actual definition, please?
This is my definition of nirvana,
That's right.
Okay, I wanna
which is
know
my
the
opinion.
Time sip. We'll get more.
It doesn't necessarily have to be right or wrong,
Right.
but my perception of nirvana, based on the Buddhist teachings, the Buddhists believe it's a state of being. So you could be totally right. Enjoy that is nirvana. That's a form of it. Nirvana
Nirvana to me
could also
equals
mean,
joy. That to me
it could
equals
also
joy.
mean death though.
Oh no.
It could.
Well,
Because death
Absolutely.
is here's the thing: people have a misconception of death, like
Right.
what we were just talking about earlier. It's not the end of something.
Of course it's not.
It's the beginning.
Of course.
And people think, what's the opposite of death? What's the opposite of death?
Most people would say life.
Love.
Yeah, most people would say life. But the correct answer is birth. It's birth and death.
Okay, read the definition of this, please, or I will.
So the actual definition of nirvana is a transcendent state in which there is neither suffering, desire, nor sense of self, and the subject is released from the effects of karma and the cycle of death and rebirth. It represents the final goal of Buddhism. See? So it is death.
Well,
No,
but the thing is if you're in joy,
It's ego
you're
death.
not.
It's ego
yes.
death.
Well, that's
And the ego
boy, that's a whole
is
nother
right
show.
here.
We'll do another show on that.
Yeah.
If
So
you're-
we
if you
have
a
had
thought,
so much
if you have a
fun.
thought in your mind, that is the ego.
Right. You're not
That's
your
it.
thoughts. You're not your
Everybody
feelings.
But we
has
don't want to
one.
confuse anybody. We believe in life and loving life.
Well, if they're confused, they should call us, and they should check out
The Life Coach.
yesismorefun.com.
There you
That's
go.
right. If you're confused by what we're saying, you need to reach out and say yes.
Because we definitely believe in God and Jesus.
Well, and we want
and life after
you
death.
to
It will be the
understand.
best.
That's the thing. Is
And that's
that
nirvana.
This is a beautiful thing to share. My mentors call it the work, and that's what I'm in. It is the work. It is whatever I can do to help other people feel nirvana, joy, even for a fleeting moment. I've done my job.
Yesismorefun.com and
Yep.
also in the green room green.
Right.
In the
And
green room
Jam,
green
what's
on
yours?
Facebook and Instagram.
JamNowMusic.com.
That's right.
On YouTube, check out Cheryl Cooper in the green room green. That was a great show. And let's hear a song.
Hey, let's hear a
Saving
song.
the planet.
One
One
show
show
at
at
a
a
time.
time.
Let's make something up. You pick the key.
All right.
Okay. And I want to sing, so include me.
We're gonna make something up.
Let's do a little reggae in A.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
The good life, the good life, the good life.
Good life.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good life.
The good life, the good life, the good life.
Good life.
Yeah.
Well, the good life isn't what you think. It's about what you do and not what you are.
It is
What
who
you
you are,
do.
actually.
Yes,
The
it's
good
fun.
life is a state of mind. It's what you're doing in between your ears
Yes, it's
today.
more fun. Yesismorefun.com.
Well, all you got to do is quiet those crazy ass voices in your head.
Yes, it's more fun.
Well, and then you just have to release your fear of death and dying and being dead.
Spreading love.
Just feel the joy of the right now. It's N-O-W. That's all you need.
It's all you need.
All you need.
Oh,
need.
it's N-O-W. That's all you need.
You can also go to JamNowMusic.com.
JamNowMusic.com.
Be grateful
The good life, the good life, the good
for what you got.
Oh, yeah.
Miracles, miracles.
Be grateful.
The good life, the good life, the good
what you got.
life. Whoa,
Miracles,
yeah.
miracles, miracles.
Wake up every day, let the truth lead the way. If you're rich or poor, doesn't matter anymore. Cause there's something in you that's part of me. And part of me that's something in you. Call it fate, I hope you're awake. Just keep on moving every single day. Cause you'll be here now, listening to In the Green Room and having a good time. Miracles, miracles. I hope this sounds like
For what you
miracles.
got. Oh,
miracles, miracles.
The good life, the good life, the good life. Whoa.
Yeah, the good life.
Jam down,
It's all in your hands.
jam
Just
down.
gotta be.
It sounds like you guys
Yes, it's more fun.
sure love to
Yes,
sing.
it's more fun. Yes, it's more fun.
Let it rise up
Yes, more fun.
into that bubbly
Be
feeling.
It's more
grateful.
fun.
It's called serotonin, and it's being released in
For
your
what you
brain.
got.
It's way better than Novocaine.
Yeah.
The good life, the good life, the good
Be grateful for what you got, cause you got the great life. If you just look at
Oh, the great life. There you go.
everything, yeah.
The great life,
Just gotta
the great
Just
life,
you're thinking
the
just a great life. It's just a great life.
Whoa,
If you're breathing in and out, you got a great life. You just gotta see it that way.
the great life, the
If you're
great
breathing in and
life,
out, you got a great life. That's what I see. Yeah.
Now, in the green room, Doc Green.
That was awesome. That was great.
That was pretty good.
I think